See, now I continue to read Whole Life Relax Please Yogic Wisdom to Life Management. A hut, an invitation to grow. In the early morning, as the temple bells tolled, uh, the leaves of the tree outside my room revealed in the morning breeze, and their shadows danced on the walls of my asrama. A magnificent old tree full of fruits and tender new leaves invited me to its gracious presence. In such an atmosphere, my mind doubling with dense thoughts led me to insight of the beyond. We believe in commitment. Is it not dangerous? Is it not another name for slavery? We promise something that we know we can't meet but wish it to be fulfilled. The next year also I would be the same, but who can foresee what next year would hold? Why can't we trust our spontaneity? But why can't we trust in the intelligence of life and its moment? Is not commitment born out of this trust that life is a flow of intelligence? Life is a flow of intelligence. As these thoughts danced and played on my mind, a woman entered my room, bowed to me, and asked, why do I get hurt so often? Should we accept hurt as a part and parcel of life? Is hurt a part of my subconscious mind that I have not learned to drain? I am really weary of being hurt. Hurt has been my companion. My life flows moving from one bitter moment to another. I narrated and asked her to reflect on his story. Buddha was walking with his disciples. A group of villagers came to Buddha and reprimanded him as a lot of many youngsters had become his disciples. After patiently listening to them, he said, my disciples in the next village are awaiting my discourse. So please allow me to go. On my return, you can present whatever complaints you have against me. These words you listen to our accusation as though we are complaining you. Buddha answered their question with a question. As a monk, I am not supposed to take food twice on any day. Suppose you are not aware of this, and after treating me to a lunch, you also prepare dinner for me. You look forward to my company at dinner, and in turn, I don't come. Would your food go waste? The villagers replied, no, we would distribute the meal prepared among us ourselves. Buddha continued his reply, in the same way, whatever criticism you heaped on me, as I would not be carrying it, it would remain with all of you, hence I am not hurt. Buddha silently, along with his disciples, continued on his way. On the way, he told his disciples, I am feeling very hot. The disciples shocked, since it was a very cool day. He continued, I am not talking of the external heat. I see your minds. There is so much seething anger at the way the villagers behaved. Instead of being compassionate, you are all upset, and it is that heat I am sensing now. There are two types of actions: the action of our body, the action of our thoughts and feelings. What impacts the quality of our life is the moment of thoughts and feelings. More than the negative experience, it is the negative interpretation of your negative experience that affect our life to a great degree. I told the lady that more than any situation, it is the interpretation of situation that would affect our life. One should be sensitive to this moment of thoughts. Recently, when I was conducting a live program workshop for a group of executives, I found a lady seated in the last row sleeping. Very gently I called her from the back to come to front and sit down. I did not tell her that she would not sleep during the session. Neither was I loud or harsh in my voice. I then continued my lecture. She was steaming innatively like a pressure cooker. Gently looking at her, I asked, "It appears that you are upset by something." She replied in the affirmative. I asked her, What is it that upset you? You said you insulted me. I told her I have merely summoned you from the back row to the front. Therefore, where is the insult? Calling her the back row to the front row was a fact. What hurt her was not the fact, but in the interpretation of the fact that it was an insult. In the same workshop, another lady got up and told me, "Had you called me over from the back row to the front, I would have felt honored." The same situation viewed by the different people or do different experiences. In another workshop, an executive got up and asked me, "My boss has called me an idiot." In another workshop, an executive got up and asked me, "My boss has called me an idiot." This word definitely hurts me. I asked him, "Are you an idiot?" He answered, "I have done my PhD." So I told him, "So you are not an idiot, and hence there is nothing to be hurt. Even if you are an idiot, there would still be nothing to be hurt, as it would be a statement of a fact. More than fact, what hurts us most is the way we look at facts. If somebody looks at you wrongly, is it the other person's problem, not ours? And hence you have to be compassionate to his wrong perception. Finally, I told this lady a hurt or upset mind, whether justified or not justified, is self-damaging. So do not allow disturbing thoughts to control and ruin your life. My sincere request: difficulty gets people into trouble, but hurts keeps them there. The main purpose of being spiritual is not going to heaven, but to get heaven right here. See, my dear friends, the main purpose of being spiritual is not going to heaven, but to get heaven right here. This is the main purpose